Hello, my name is Elaine. Welcome to my channel. This sunflower painting I want to repaint, and if you saw my last video, I made this oil painting of a peacock and it's hanging up in my bathroom now, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I really like the colors. It might be getting moved from here. Also, it was so difficult for me to take this video. I literally had my tripod thing balancing on top of the wardrobe. Anyway, I'm going to be bringing the sunflower painting into my art studio, and I got a new car. It's secondhand, but it's new to me and I'm very excited, hence why I took a little clip of me getting into my car. This felt very strange, and also I wore my painting clothes into my car and I was like, why did I do this? I had instant regret. Have the painting in the back and I'm ready to go. I literally painted this painting when I was like a teenager, and obviously I've been to art college since, and I am a much more established painter, so I wanted to rework on this painting because I really liked that it was sunflowers, but I just felt like I could do it so much better now. And also I did it in acrylic originally and I want to work back into it using oil paints. I didn't realize it till I actually started painting that there was no gesso on the canvas, and I was like, of course there was no gesso, because I didn't know what gesso was when I was 16. And if you don't know, gesso is like a primer for the canvas, and basically it stops the paint absorbing into the canvas quite as much, and it makes the surface a lot smoother to paint on. So I find it's really nice for building oil paints up on the gesso. This clip I really wanted to talk about Project Pan, but specifically for art supplies, and I haven't really seen much about this online, but I use my art supplies up until the very last drop, especially paints. Oil paints do not come cheap. They are pricey, especially if you get good quality ones. So I like to get Winsor and Newton oil paints, but then I'll also get cheaper own brand oil paints from like my local art shop that I go to, and I'll mix the two paints together so that I have a high quality one, and I'll mix the lower quality one just to like bulk up the paint, so I'm not spending loads of money on paint all the time. But I literally have no problem cutting open a tube to get like the last bit of paint out, and even sometimes in the 200ml tubs, because they're like kind of metal or like tin foil kind of tube, sometimes they crack and then the paint starts coming out the middle, and I'm like, yep, that's where the paint's coming out, so I'll squeeze it out of there. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I feel like I see so much online. I'm talking about YouTube, that's what I watch it on anyway. Hauls for art supplies, and they are crazy. Even like stationery hauls or washi tape hauls, paint, pencils, whatever it is, markers is crazy, I think. And people don't use them, or it's like testing all these new products and then they end up just using the same kind of one product that they like. And I just think it's obviously over consuming, which is not good, but it's not good for your wallet. It's not good for anything really. So I really try to just use what I have, and then when I run out, I get more. Very simple. Like I literally have barely any white oil paint left at the minute, but I decided that I would just not buy any till it's completely gone, because I don't need it yet. And I'm trying to get like this in more areas of my life than just art. I feel like I have quite a good balance when it comes to art. Maybe not so much clothes shopping, but that's another day's story. So yeah, I just wanted to know, does anyone have this problem of just buying art supplies for the sake of it, or do you like to do what I do and like a Project Pan type way of working where you just buy as you need? I think literally the only things I've bought this year are gesso and canvases. That's it. I actually don't think I've bought any paints this year, maybe one or two, but not much. So anyway, as you can see, I spent a good few hours working on this painting, and it started getting dark, and I don't really like painting in the dark, so I went home, had a bath, feeling very inspired by my painting. So I was like, yes, I need a bath. I need to bathe in the presence of the peacock, and it was beautiful. And then I cozied up. These fairy lights literally have stopped working since I took this clip, and I'm reading this book called Widows at the minute. It's very good. I am loving life, and that's just a glimpse into my evening after painting. So the next day, this clip is driving me nuts, just even thinking back about how I felt doing this. So basically I have this painting of still life flowers and I wanted to put it in the kitchen. So I decided there's already a hook up above the door, and I decided that I would literally just put staples into the back of the canvas and have string and make like a string hangy thing, I have no words, and hang it on the hook. And basically my brother bought me like 3 different packs of staples. I couldn't get them to fit in the stapler. I was like, none of these work. So then I resorted to using my glue gun, and I have serious regret for doing this because the back of my canvas now has lumps of glue all over it, so I don't recommend. I think I'm going to have to peel them off because, shocker, it didn't work. So I literally tried it 2 different times, and as you can see I didn't really have that much space between the ceiling and the door, but I like put the glue and the string in the wrong spot, so it was like not hooking right. So then I gave up, and I will come back to this at another time, later date, in a later video, hopefully successfully with a stapler. And yeah, that's all there is to it, me failing. And I'm like, you know, you gotta fail sometimes and learn not to glue the back of a canvas with hot glue. So now we're back to my art studio and I am painting the sunflowers again. So I decided to go with, I haven't actually spoken about this, I decided to go with like a red background. I think maybe I'm inspired by the season, the fact that autumn is here and the colours, the leaves are changing from green to brown and reds, and I don't know, I just felt like having a red background. The blue background just wasn't doing it for me, so I switched it, and I realized it's quite vibrant, it's very strong, and I really like that. I like bold colors in my work. When I finished this, my brother was like, what did you do? He loved the blue background, I love the red background, my mother loved the red background, and yeah, I think everyone has their own personal opinion about painting, but I love the red. And I just love about oil painting that you can just layer and layer and layer, and I actually really enjoyed the texture building up on this piece because there was obviously, basically it was like the acrylic layer was like an underpainting. So I had so much to work with for this. I also added way more leaves. I left them fairly plain because I wanted them to stand back from the sunflowers. I wanted the sunflowers to be the main piece. I don't know if this is weird, but I only like painting leaves when I use acrylic. I don't like painting leaves in oil paints. I don't know why it doesn't make sense, but that's just how I feel. I don't know if that's normal, but anyway. Then I also like painting the side of my canvas. This is the painting that I have up on my wall all the time in my art studio, and I just like to switch it out so that I can take pictures and videos and clips of paintings that I do. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Let me know, do you prefer the blue one, the blue background, or the red background? I'm hoping everyone says the red background because I just think it's better. Next up, I'm doing some drawing. I bought this tablecloth. I think I talked about this in my last video, and I'm kind of not sure if I love it or not, but I've been using it as a backdrop to drawing videos and stuff as opposed to just the white table. Let me know what you think. Is it distracting or is it nice? I feel like it would be nice as part of like a still life if I set up like fruit and I had this like material draping. I feel like that would be nice. I probably will do that at some point. I am drawing a door, and basically I started drawing this during a lecture. It was a Zoom lecture and I was extremely bored, and I was listening, but like I couldn't take notes because the lecturer was going way too fast through all the slides. So I was like listening and I was like, I'm going to have to go through these slides myself and take notes after. So I decided to go drawing, and I basically drew out everything in pencil first, and then I like to come back in with pen. This is where I had serious regret. I did this arch for the door and then I kept looking at it and I was like, nope, it's too strong, I don't like it. I just felt like I really liked the contrast of the black and white at the sides of the door, and that this bit in the middle was ruining it. So I cut out a piece of paper from the sketchbook from the next page and I glued it over. And I just think there's nothing wrong with 1, making mistakes, and 2, figuring out how to like fix them, because at one point I probably would have just abandoned this and been like, oh, ruined the drawing. But now I'm like, no, okay, you made a mistake, how can we fix it? And I actually went into my pencil case and I saw I had this gold gel pen, and I was like, this would look so good. So I decided to add gold into this door. I think this would make a beautiful painting or a lino print. I just feel like the contrast between the black and the white and the gold is amazing. The last thing I'm going to show you is I made this monthly planner, just like a blank template. I made it on Canva and I printed it out because I'm so sick of drawing out a monthly template like in a bullet journal. I just don't have time for it at the minute, and I'm obsessed with this, and I'm just very happy that I did it. I did in September. It is still September. Yeah, anyway, so easy. I just put all the pages together, I clipped them down, glued them, and let the glue set. And I did this twice just to make sure there was definitely enough glue. So I just did the top and a tiny little bit at the side, and they're all like in this neat little stack. And that is it for today's video. Let me know what you think, and I hope to see you next Sunday. Make sure to subscribe. Bye.